There is a sound that fills every silence in our lives. A sound we are always running to catch up with. Or a sound we are always running away from. It is the sound of a clock. But in a small village, at the end of a quiet lane, an old man had a clock that was different. It didn't just tell the time, it held a secret. A lesson that every single one of us needs to hear. One summer, a young man named Leo came to the village. Leo was lost. He had just left a job in the city that had burned him out. He was anxious, always thinking about the future, always worrying about the next big step. His mind was a noisy place, filled with alarms and deadlines. He saw Elias's shop, and looking for quiet, he walked in. The peace inside was immediate. The gentle, layered ticking was like a balm to his busy mind. Elias, seeing the storm in the young man's eyes, offered him a cup of tea. The old man's name was Elias. He was a clockmaker, the last one in the village. His shop was a dusty, wonderful place, filled with the whispers of 1,000 ticks and tocks. Cuckoo clocks, grandfather clocks, tiny silver pocket watches, they all lived there. And in the center of it all, on the mantelpiece above a cold fireplace, was his own personal clock. It was beautiful, old, and made of dark, polished wood. But it had one very strange feature. It was always, perfectly, on time. But it had no minute hand and no hour hand. All it had was a single, simple second hand. And it didn't tick forward 1 second at a time like every other clock in the world. No, it swept around the face in a slow, continuous, smooth circle, a silent, endless glide. Day after day, Leo returned. He would sit and watch the old man work with his tiny, delicate tools, and his eyes would always drift back to that strange, smooth, sweeping clock on the mantelpiece. People in the village thought it was broken. They would say, "Elias, why don't you fix your clock? It can't tell the time." And Elias would just smile softly and say, "It tells the only time that matters." No one understood what he meant. It began to frustrate him. "I don't understand it," Leo said one afternoon, his voice tense. "A clock is meant to measure hours, minutes, to tell you when to be somewhere, when to do something. That clock, it's useless. It doesn't measure anything." Elias looked up from the pocket watch he was repairing. His eyes were kind. "It measures everything, Leo," he said gently. "You just have to learn how to read it." Weeks passed. Leo's frustration grew. He was a man who needed plans, schedules, and goals. This silent, sweeping hand felt like a puzzle he couldn't solve. It felt like it was mocking him. One evening, as a storm raged outside, Leo finally broke. He pointed at the clock, his voice almost a shout over the rain. "Just tell me, what is its secret? What time is it right now? Tell me." Elias didn't flinch. He slowly put down his tools. The only sound was the soft, smooth whisper of the second hand gliding around its face. The old man walked over to the clock, his movements slow and deliberate. He didn't look at the clock face. Instead, he looked directly at Leo. And he spoke in a voice so quiet, Leo had to lean in to hear it. "The time," Elias whispered, "is now." He paused, letting the word hang in the air. "It is always now. This clock does not show you minutes you have lost or hours you have to fear. It only shows you what you truly have, this very second, the one you are living in." the one that is passing, right here as you breathe. Leo stared at the clock, and for the first time, he didn't see a broken machine. He saw the truth. The hand wasn't ticking away his life. It was flowing. It was connecting one moment to the next. It was a reminder that life isn't a collection of separate, frantic ticks. It is one continuous, beautiful sweep. His anxiety about the future, it was just a story he was telling himself in the present. His regret about the past was just a ghost visiting him now. The only thing that was real was the feeling of the chair beneath him, the sound of the rain on the roof, the kindness in the old man's eyes. This moment, this now. Leo didn't say a word. He just sat down, and for a full 5 minutes, he watched the clock. He watched the seamless, unhurried, graceful sweep of the single hand. And for the first time in years, his mind became quiet. His heart became still. He was no longer waiting for the next moment. He was simply in this one. Are you watching the clock of the past, with its hands stuck on regret and old mistakes? Are you watching the clock of the future, its hands spinning wildly with fear and worry? We all have those clocks in our heads. But the old man's clock teaches us something vital. You cannot change a single tick of the past. You cannot control a single talk of the future. But you can experience the beautiful, silent, powerful sweep of the present. This moment, this breath, this feeling. That is the secret lesson. That is the only time we ever truly own. Not yes, so, just for a moment, let go of the ticks and talks. Let your life be a smooth, continuous sweep. Be here fully in your own now. Your now is waiting for you.